Okay. Guys, I know this is a drama video. But I'm not here for the drama, okay? I'm here because we like Rima here. Some people hate like VTuber drama though. They think that it should be like like forgotten about and nobody talks about it. Yeah, you should recognize this name. It was crazy. I mean, you'll see why. You'll see.
Amaryllis Blue was a small UK-based VTuber, and I mean,
is it too loud?
She wasn't on anyone's radar, barely averaging 50 views on her streams. But those who did watch her found someone bubbly.
I think I remember seeing her. I don't think she just posted it on YouTube. Or maybe she did just post it on YouTube. Number friending in the first 10 seconds is crazy. What's number friending? I don't know what that means.
Bright and sweet.
You'll see.
She loved visual novels.
Also, she doesn't mean... So the way that it works on YouTube, Jack, instead of having your streams are like YouTube videos. So everyone that clicks in counted as a view. So it would be like she only had 50 people come in through her entire stream. That's what it means. On YouTube. It's different on YouTube. So, but like, so she might have only had like 2 viewers at a time. Yeah, unique viewers. Yeah. So that's how it works. I don't really watch drama because that would require care. Yeah, like I don't particularly care about this. I just think it's insane that it happened, and I like I like I said, I saw the beginning of it, so I remember this girl, and I remember watching her video and being like, why? What a weird thing to say and do. I feel like it was pre when she came. It was pre when she came back because there was like no. I remember there was like no comments on this video because I tried looking through the comments and there was like 2 comments maybe. So I feel like it was before she made a post on Twitter or on Reddit. You'll see. Okay, I'm gonna shut the up. I'm sorry.
She sang karaoke. She even had gen mates, and together they were part of a tiny VTuber agency called Hyaxis. It all seemed normal, small-time VTubers doing what they love, until one day, everything changed. Out of nowhere, Blue uploaded a video to her channel, and she was crying. Her voice shook as she explained her...
Sorry. This is the video that I remember seeing. I guess it must have been on YouTube, unless she uploaded it also to Twitter, but I don't think she goes over that in this video. I didn't get very far into this. I don't know if she goes over that. Okay, I'm sorry, fuck.
Decision to graduate. Why?
Sorry.
Because her health was failing. She said she had been in a serious accident and was now paraplegic. She could no longer walk, and her condition was deteriorating fast.
I'm gonna be graduating effective, like, immediately. One of the reasons is that I can no longer get back access to my Twitch because, well, I don't have that phone number anymore and they're refusing to help, so... The other thing is my health, because there's been something that I've been keeping secret for a while.
The model is
really
really
told
cute,
anyone
though.
except close friends, but I wanted to go public now that a few months ago, I don't remember how long ago, sometime in the summer, I got into an accident. I won't go in detail because I don't want you guys to be too upset, but basically...
That's also really weird, though, because when, like, something like... So she's gonna tell you what happened to her. I should let her talk. But I should let her talk. She's gonna tell you what happened to her. I just want you to know that when something super traumatic happens to you, I see patients who have incredibly traumatic events happen to them daily, and they will tell you the exact minute on the exact day, the exact month, the exact year, even if it was 10 years ago when their accident happened. This isn't like she just like broke her legs or something. Well, not like she broke her leg and like moved on. This is like serious. This is something you would never literally forget. Ever. In a million years. Yeah, at least remember the month exactly. She doesn't sound like someone who just got into an accident. Yeah, she said it happened a few months ago, is what she said. So, yeah, I don't know. But you remember the exact minute, exact day, everything. And I've never met a patient who had something incredibly traumatic happen to them, and they're like, I couldn't tell you when this happened. I think it was 4 years ago. I'm not really sure. It's like something. It's insane. It's insane that this even like didn't throw off people's like bullshit meter. You know what I mean? It's insane. I still remember when my brother stole my sandwich years ago. Exactly. Okay, let's keep going.
Basically, I can't walk anymore, and I was getting a bit better, but now my health is declining again. And it's really hard to do everything. So doing VTubing on top of daily things like getting out of bed and doing my exercises and eating and drinking and, you know, just it gets too much. So I need to leave before it gets too much, okay?
In her Discord,
like, that is such a weird way to put it too. I need to leave before it gets too much. Like, I guess maybe she's like super young. I'm looking at this from what I would do. Dude, they will not listen. They will not shut the fuck up. Can you hear that? They will not shut the fuck up. I can't understand this perspective, because the last thing that I would ever in a million years want to do to you guys is fucking scare you. Ever. I would never want to scare you guys. I would be mortified if I scared you guys. Seriously. Like, it is so weird to me that, like, that's the reply that you would give. Okay, I like to scare you for sillies, but I would never, like, want to traumatize you guys and make you guys actually scared. You know what I mean? Like worried for me, scared. Because when you, like, make a community and you have people around you that care about you, like, it could be really traumatizing and jarring to be like, by the way, guys, I'm dying. Goodbye. I'll never see you ever again.
Hey guys,
like, that's so fucked up. That's so scary. So, like, for me, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. It's so weird. It's like you would only do that if you're young and you really want attention. Like, if you're an adult and you care about the people around you and all the work that you've put in to, like, become a good VTuber, an honestly good VTuber, the last thing you would ever want to do is actually scare them. Like, you're like traumatizedly scare them. Because they have so much trust in you as a person, like, to, you know, get them through their day. Why would you? I don't know. So when I watched it for the first time, I literally scrolled because I was like, this girl is not worth, like, anyone's time if you're gonna, like, play with your viewers' emotions like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. So that was my impression when I saw this the first time around.
She'd sat on the decision for a while, but she couldn't, quote, physically do this anymore. It was heartbreaking, but nobody expected what would come next. On the day of her graduation, a post appeared on Reddit. It announced that Amaryllis Blue had passed away. She had suffered a fatal heart attack. Medics tried to save her, but failed. Fans were stunned. Many had just discovered her for the first time, and now she was just gone. According to the Reddit post written by a fellow Hyaxis member, the entire agency was disbanding. They claimed they had lost access to all of their accounts. It was a perfect storm of tragedy. A young VTuber with a small but loyal following, gone too soon, and her story touched people. Her final video, which had barely gotten any views at first, suddenly exploded. Her graduation stream jumped from 50 views to over 77,000 views. And her TikTok account, clips were pulling over 60,000 views or more. People left comments saying, I hope her family is okay. May you rest in peace. And that's very sad. She posted a video less than 24 hours ago saying she was graduating. But most of them echoed the same sentiment, that they wish they had found her sooner. Meanwhile, in her Discord, her fans also got the unexpected news and mourned in their own way, still in shock. And her cousin, a girl named Maria, or Marionica, who was also her manager, made the rounds to confirm the news. In the Hyaxis Discord, she formally announced Blue's passing. She also explained that due to the sudden spike in attention, they were wiping Blue's old content to protect any.
That is like code for please get in here and bump up her views as fast as you can, because I'm gonna delete them. You know what I mean? Oh my god, she had a manager. She had a cousin. Well, it wasn't her cousin though. It was, you'll see guys, it's even worse. It's even worse than she had a cousin. She was her own cousin. She was her cousin. You'll see. You'll see.
Sensitive information. On top of that, Maria decided to step down from her position as manager of Hyaxis. To most people, that all made sense. A family in grief, a sudden tragedy, a small community trying to heal. But there were a few things that didn't sit quite right. Why did the agency lose access to all the accounts just because Blue died?
Look at these screenshots. So this is I think this is Maria, the cousin apparently, right? Said how breathless she was. She tried to get through it. I don't know exactly when it was recorded, but probably after the ones that were in the video. You can hear it clearly. If I had to take a guess, it was either an hour before or just over an hour before. I'm fighting myself in whether I should post it. So, like, she's randomly finding all these, like, weird recordings on her thing. She's like, oh, I should post them for her posthumously. What the fuck? What do you mean? Who does that? That's so weird. What if she didn't... Okay, well, she's not actually dead, and also she is herself, so I don't know why I'm so outraged over this. It's just like, it's so weird. Thank you for the lurk, Nate. Spoiler bear. I'm sorry! Okay.
Did Maria seemed a little too close to everything? And what was with that bizarre Reddit thread she posted after? For now, most people simply brushed it off. They were too busy grieving, celebrating Blue's life, and supporting each other. But soon, the story would take a turn. I really like Rima's new model. Unexpected one. Not long after the death announcement, a second Reddit thread appeared, also written by Maria.
I can't think of his name.
It wasn't about mourning. It was a complaint. The thread was titled, "Why does it take death for someone to become popular?" Maria wasn't just sad, she was bitter. Angry even, that Amaryllis Blue hadn't received this level of attention before her passing. She wrote, "Why does no one pay attention until someone is gone?" Earlier today, I posted the announcement that Amaryllis Blue died. Now, mere
I want to know
hours
how
later,
old this girl
and she's
is.
gone semi-viral. The post had over 1K upvotes, and her graduation video now has 1.8K views.
This is mega teenager vibes. Yeah, I need to know how old this girl is. I hope like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know. But I really want to know how old she is.
I just don't understand why the algorithm works this way. But when that post got downvoted, Maria complained about it in Blue's Discord server. It's gone back up now, but the fact it immediately got downvoted made me cackle. People hate me speaking the fucking truth. Like, the fuck is this? She's gone, and only now people are caring. I've lost all hope in humanity.
Jack?
A user tried to gently explain that it's normal for people to become curious after someone passes away. He said he understood her frustration, but added, irregardless of your disclaimer at the start, an unfortunate amount of people would take this the wrong way. But Maria wasn't having it. She replied, I mean, yeah, I get the curiosity, but it shouldn't have blown up this much. Then she said something no one really knew how to process. I can't be that selfish because I'm related to her in every sense, and I can easily impersonate her. True selfishness would be pretending to be her and never making her death public.
What does she mean pretending to be her? Listen, this is also fucking absolutely insane. Listen. If she was complaining and bitching and moaning that she didn't have any, and nobody was watching her before, why would it change? People were watching her because she died. Or not, I guess not watching her, but people were checking her out because she passed away. VTuber skinwalking would go hard. Didn't they try to do that with oh god, I'm so bad with names. I don't remember. I can picture her in my head. Didn't they try to do that with another VTuber? Like a corpo VTuber? I remember that. It was like a full corpo too. Like there was like 5 of them, I think. I would pretend to be floofy if I could. Maybe it was Kizuna, but there was another one though. It was like a whole generation of talents.
It was strange, overly specific and unprompted, almost like a scenario she had already fought through. Yet most people brushed it off. They assumed she was grieving in her own way. But for a few, that line stuck with them. 3 months passed, the mourning slowed, tributes faded, and Hyaxis was officially gone. Amaryllis Blue had been grieved, memorialized, and quietly moved on from. But then, out of nowhere, she returned. Amaryllis Blue uploaded a new video to her channel. She was alive. She claimed she had suffered a heart attack, but had miraculously survived.
Hello, my name is Amaryllis Blue. You may know me.
So she died. She quote unquote died. And now, a few months later, she's coming back to talk to everyone. She rose 3 days later. Oh my god, she's VTuber Jesus! How people, but this is what anytime there's like drama on Twitter, I know you guys might not go on Twitter a lot, but like anytime there's drama on Twitter, right? People are so quick to take the side of somebody who is so obviously wrong. Like it's not even like a question of like a personal preference or something. Like it'll be like someone will be like, I think that we should kill orphans and sell their body parts for extra money to people who need organ transplants. Someone could say that and people would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And there'd still be people on Twitter who are like, guys, he was just looking out for everyone. And, you know, technically, like, we should be, like, giving organs to people who really need them. And, like, the orphans, like, you know, they could do some good for people. Like, I don't know why we're being, like, they will just try to make even the most heinous shit completely fine. Because they are fucked in the head and they, like, have no, I don't know what's wrong with them. But, like, that is, so, like, it's not surprising to people on Twitter when she came back and is clearly, like, a fucking psychopath, and they're like, yay, love you, girl. I would have been like, block, mute, anything else I can do to, like, get you off my fucking timeline, you freak. Like, I block people who are weird like this. I mute them. If you're weird, I will mute you. Like, if I get, like, weird vibes from you, I'm gonna mute you. People will try to justify the most heinous shit. Exactly. Honestly, my Twitter's pretty good. I have most of the weirdos muted and or blocked. It depends on how weird you are. If you're like extra fucking weird, you'll get a block. But if you're like just have like weird takes, I'll mute you. So like I scroll through Twitter half the time and I have to like unmute half the replies because these people are just fucking nuts. Those people only care for power and clout. Either that or they're just so stupid and they want people to like them so bad that like they're gonna be like, oh, I have to root for the underdog every time because everyone likes someone who supports the underdog. I don't know. It's just like I don't know how people let her get away with this. I don't know how.
Died back in November or something like that. Let me explain.
And for her to introduce herself like that, disgusting.
Sorry, it's been a while. Let me explain what happened.
She explained that during her hospital stay, she was unconscious, barely aware, and heavily medicated. At the time, she said she instructed the hospital not to contact anyone about her condition, so naturally her friends believed she had died. And while they were wrong to announce her death, she forgave them. It was all just a big misunderstanding.
If you come into the hospital and you are unconscious, they do not give a flying if you have been like, never call anyone for me. But there is absolutely no way, if they know who you are and you are unconscious, that somebody is not getting alerted. Zero. Uno, you can't even spell HIPAA right, so you don't know anything about HIPAA. Zero way that they would not contact somebody to make medical decisions on your behalf. No. Anyways.
Understanding. Her story was strange, but oddly believable.
But my stuff.
She didn't seem angry, just tired, but grateful to be alive.
Exactly. They go through your medications also to see what medications you're on.
And unsure if she ever wanted to come back to the internet. But when she finally did, people welcomed her back with open arms. Many had missed their chance to support Blue the first time, and they weren't going to make that mistake again. Her story, surviving a heart attack, battling chronic illness, and coming back from the brink, touched people, and especially those struggling with health
The model
issues
is
of
really
their own.
cute though.
Tribute
The face
videos
is so
were made,
cute.
supporters gathered. She was no longer some unknown VTuber. She was inspiring. And then her channel blew up. During one of her live streams, you could literally see her subscriber count ticking up by the hundreds in real time. She was finally living the dream. People loved her and they wanted to support her. 6 days after her return, she debuted a new VTuber outfit. And it wasn't just a new model, it was a gift. An artist
That
named
is such a
Midas
cute
had been
model.
deeply moved by Blue's story. Midas' own mother had battled serious heart issues, and hearing Blue's story hit so close to home that she dropped everything to help.
But this is a really cute model.
Even though Midas herself was sick and exhausted at the time, she poured her energy into
Rex,
making
no.
Blue a custom model, and fast. A gesture of empathy, of the utmost care. And Blue's new model debut was a celebration. She showed off her new look, her personality, her strength. And from the outside, Blue had everything she'd ever wanted. A new model, a massive influx of viewers, supportive mods, and a community that genuinely cared.
It's
She
such
had
a
gone
cute
from
model.
complete
I love the
obscurity
outfit.
to a beloved, resilient figure in the VTuber world, and was now getting over 400 viewers per stream, which is nothing to scoff at. Everything was finally falling into place. It
Yeah,
looked like
400
nothing could
viewers
stop her
on a stream is
until
fucking nuts.
Something did. Because behind the scenes, someone was watching, and they were piecing things together. A new YouTube channel.
And that's not like concurrent, like that's not over time. Like that was like her live count. Like that was when people were clicked in the stream at that moment. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep
would
going.
appear
I need to tank
with a
it.
very
I
pointed
think I found
name,
a colored
Blueless. And with one video, they would start to unravel the entire world
Hi, Gunner.
Blue had built. At this point, Amaryllis Blue had it all. A miraculous comeback, hundreds of live viewers, and a new model made by an artist moved by her story. Support from fans, sympathy from strangers, and the kind of attention most indie VTubers could only dream of. But something felt off. There were whispers, inconsistencies, little things that didn't quite add up. Then a new YouTube channel appeared. It was called Blueless, and on it, a video titled The VTuber That Faked Her Death. At first, it didn't get much traction. Barely 100 views, but the content inside, it was damning. The video dove straight into the core of Hyaxis, Blue's original VTuber agency. Blue often streamed with her genmates, and they sang together, talked together, laughed together. But the Blueless video suggested something shocking. They were all the same person. Each genmate was just Blue doing different voices. Their audio tracks weren't naturally.
Did you hear that? Every every single person was her. She was every person in her gen. Isn't that crazy? Can't wait to finish this video at 10 p.m. The bear yapping is good. Don't mind Pixel being a dummy. Don't say sorry, bear. Okay, I won't. That's talented schizophrenia. This is insane. I didn't know about this. I just saw her being like, I need to quit now. And I was like, what an attention whore. And I just like kept going. So like, it gets worse.
Interacting,
worse.
they were layered, and there was no genuine interruptions or flow between them, just a one-woman performance.
I'll go higher, and I'll go higher, and you couldn't take me down if you tried. But I might get the eye, now I can finally open my eyes.
However, it didn't
Wow.
stop at Hyaxis.
That's really
Blueless
nice.
also claimed that while Blue was supposedly dead during the
Oh, wow. She's also the management and the jealous boyfriend. Demo, do you have like abilities to see into the future? I have met stupid people. This isn't even top 10. we're talking about it. Wasn't she successful? Yeah, but she lost everything, and it's her own fault. You'll see that she literally did this to herself. Nobody paid attention to this video until she brought it up. It's crazy.
3-month gap, she had been busy creating 2 new VTuber agencies, Celestiverse and the Luminary Project, and both featured different talents. But according to the video, all the voices were once again suspiciously similar to Blue's. The voices weren't just similar, they were nearly identical.
Spoilers.
Same tone, same breath patterns, and same laugh. The conclusion? Blue didn't just fake her own death. She may have created entire agencies of fake VTubers, each one voiced, written, and operated by her. Then came Marionica, the cousin who had announced Blue's death and later ran the Discord. Blueless highlighted that Blue's TikTok account only followed 4 people. One of them was Marionica. That alone wasn't suspicious. But what was? The voice, the microphone quality, the suspiciously similar model. And in one clip, Marionica seemed to slip, her accent wavering, sounding exactly like Blue, with only slight vocal modulation.
You may be wondering what is happening with the girls, why they haven't been posting. Well, basically, but very simply.
Is she trying to do a German accent, by the way? That is almost impressive to create a whole agency by yourself. I mean, also, hi, Misfit. Hi, Trash Can. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I mean, is this impressive? Like, is this level of, like, delusion impressive? Yeah. I've seen like, old ladies, like, do this kind of shit on Facebook, like, where they make, like, whole families and interact with themselves all day long on Facebook. That used to be a really big problem. Do you guys remember that? Like, I think this is impressive? Yes. Do I also think she needs heavily medicated? Yes. Like, it's... I'm just in awe, I guess. This is the final form of catfishing. It's like playing with dolls, but dialed up to 11. Show us your German accent. Hi, this is Blake. I don't know, I was just doing what Blake says. I can fix her. Guten Tag. The catfishing where you actually catfish yourself. We're skipping the real question. Is she... Why did I say yourself? Because I was reading skipping. We're skipping the real question, though. Is she single? No, she's dating herself. This isn't impressive. I could tell they might be the same if I was her viewer. You think so, Undo? I mean, some people could tell it, honestly. Like, they could. Damn, whoever her BF got a 5-in-1 deal. It's more than just 5 people. It's like 20 people. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We're too tired to...
If Blue had truly been dead, then brought back, and also created multiple agencies, could she also have faked being her own cousin? Was the grieving Maria just another mask? And that line from her Reddit thread now felt even more suspicious. I'm related to her in every sense, and I can easily impersonate her. What once felt like grief, now felt like foreshadowing. The video also highlighted strange, overly formal tweets from the agencies. Fake-feeling Discord messages welcoming new talents, all written in the same tone with the same grammar quirks. Welcome. Thanks. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome, cat. Thank you. The interactions felt fake, like someone talking to themselves in a mirror. It was hard to prove, but nothing felt quite
God, I love her boobs.
organic. It was almost like people felt like something was off, but couldn't quite put their fingers on it.
Okay, look. I'm also avoiding the doctor like the plague because the moment I go back, they'll send me to the hospital for my migraines that literally no medicine can get rid of. I haven't been in hospital for over a year. I missed 90% of elementary due to hospital and illness. She's like obsessed with like being sick. Oh my god. Munchausen by proxy, but she's doing it to herself, her different personalities.
And though most of the internet hadn't caught on yet, a growing few were starting to whisper. Was Blue really alone behind the curtain? After the Blueless expose,
all she talks about is the
everything
hospital.
changed. At first, Blue tried to keep calm. Her mods told her to ignore it. They said the drama would pass, that people would forget. This is the internet after all. But Blue didn't. She couldn't. Instead, she responded publicly. And that's when the spiral
This is
began.
what her up.
She uploaded 3 back-to-back videos to her channel, trying to explain everything.
Meow, I think
In
she
them,
might.
She claimed she hadn't faked her death, that she'd had a real heart attack, that she was unconscious for most of her hospital stay, and told doctors not to share any updates. So when her friends assumed she had died and publicly announced it, she said it was just a tragic misunderstanding.
I didn't announce my death, or I guess I didn't really know that I was gonna die. So I didn't know that my death was announced publicly.
She then claimed her cousin, Maria, aka Marionica, did know she had survived, but Blue said she lied to protect her, to cover for her cousin's mistake. She even said her parents had encouraged it, believing they could profit from her sudden.
What does she mean though, her cousin's mistake? She lied for her cousin's mistake? She's having beef with herself? Yeah, she's throwing it all on her. She's redacting her cousin, I guess, who's also her. Her mods told her to ignore it, except that she was her own mod, so she didn't trust herself. More likely to be a narcissist than dissociative identity disorder. Yeah, she's fully aware of what she's doing. Like, it's not like she's hiding it for a reason, and she's creating and fabricating and lying and making weird stories for a reason. By the way, she faked her death. We can tell she's not very bright. Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't know. I don't know what she was trying to accomplish. I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense.
They enabled what she said. And why? Because, surprise, there was money involved. They saw an opportunity to monetize my channel once it had enough views, collect sympathy donations if that didn't work out, and of course all the attention. It just turned into a way for them to profit.
In one video,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
she said she felt guilty, not because she lied, but because she didn't get popular for the right reasons, and that she wished her growth came from her content and not the tragedy. But the more Blue tried to explain, the more people started asking if all of this was true, why did it sound like she was improvising? Up until that point, much of the controversy was contained and buried in obscure YouTube videos and small Discord servers. But when Blue brought the allegations onto Twitter, that's when things started to truly unravel. Because by doing so,
She could have just gotten a lot of clout and fans by revealing she managed to believably pretend to be several VTubers. Yeah, she could have been like, guys, I'm the first one-woman VTuber thing. VTuber group. You know what I mean? That would have been like super cool. That would be like such a cool thing. And not everyone could pull that off. That's definitely something only she could do. So like, it would have been cool for her to do something like that. It just doesn't make sense. I think that would have gone further. It would have been really, people would have been so into it. It would have been crazy.
she had unintentionally alerted her entire fan base to the drama. People who had never seen the Bluelist video started watching it, and it changed everything. Now even her biggest supporters were starting to question what they believed. And according to her own community, that was how many of them even discovered the Bluelist expose in the first place, because Blue tweeted about it herself. In an effort to clear her name, Blue began posting proof videos, recordings of her talking with her gen mates to prove they were real people. But even these came across as strange. The audio was choppy, the voices were suspiciously similar. It didn't feel like a real conversation. It felt like a performance. And the more she defended herself, the more people started noticing things she couldn't explain away. After the expose video from Bluelist dropped, the cracks in Blue's story became impossible to ignore. But despite the mounting evidence, no one dared to accuse her outright. Bluelist, even with all the clips, side-by-sides, and analysis, still received significant pushback. Because while the voice comparisons and persona inconsistencies were suspicious, they weren't concrete proof. There was no medical records, no public admission, nothing definitive. And the idea of falsely accusing a sick, disabled girl, someone who had supposedly survived a heart attack and lived with paraplegia, was unthinkable to many. If people were wrong, the guilt would be enormous. So even those who felt something was off stayed silent. Despite Blue's attempt to prove her genmates were real by uploading Discord recordings, the Bluelist channel escalated their analysis. They released direct voice comparisons, putting Blue's voice side by side with her supposed genmates. In one clip, they compared Blue's laugh with Momoiro's, and they weren't just similar, they were nearly identical in tone, timing, even the little vocal hiccup at the end of the laugh.
This one's crazy.
I'm sorry. Why am I laughing so much? Well, this is a great start. This is a great start.
I just ended stream because
They followed it.
It's so creepy how the laugh is exactly the same. But you know what? She'd be a phenomenal voice actress. Like she clearly has so much range. She's doing a choose your own adventure and picking the worst option at every decision. Like she has talent. Clearly she has a lot of passion. Like, okay, no. Like it still sounds like her, but like she has she could do a lot of different accents. She can't hide her laugh though. That is pretty bad. But she has more range than the average person, I think. Enough to like do voice acting, I would say, maybe. I don't know. It's not super good, but it's like I think it's good enough. Ability to manage, passion, talent, wasted. Exactly. And the average bear, yeah. The average bear does not have that much range. Take it from an average bear. It's just not something that we have, you know? How legitimate are the Discord readings? Well, Undo, you're not going to believe this, but they're faked. I don't know, that Foofcore clip says otherwise. Maybe.
It up with singing comparisons, showing clips from both Hyaxis and Celestiverse, where different members had supposedly performed the same songs. Except, when placed side by side, the voices matched, down to the breathing and phrasing. It was clear they weren't multiple girls
Think
singing.
so.
There was one girl using slightly different pitches and styles, performing as different personas. But Blue tried to
Crazy,
dismiss
huh?
it by saying, "We just grew up together. That's why we talk the same. We come from the same area." But at this point, even supporters were starting to realize this wasn't about talking the same, it was about being the same. But then came this. Momoiro, supposedly her genmate, was caught shopping for a laptop for Blue. A strange thing for a coworker to do, unless they were the same person. But perhaps the most devastating contradiction
This model's
came from
cute.
her Dia Shizuku persona. A VTuber Blue claimed was someone entirely different. On September 7, Dia uploaded a vlog walking through a public park. This directly contradicted Blue's previous claim that she was paraplegic, a disability she had said was the reason for her graduation, one she had incorporated into her branding and used to connect with chronically ill fans. She even retweeted posts like this: "Being chronically ill is not a gimmick or a trend, it's a shitty reality many of us have to live with." Except for Blue, It apparently
Isn't that crazy? So, like, she lied about, remember she was like, guys, I had an accident a few months ago. I really can't remember when. Yeah. She's like, I don't really remember.
What you're telling me she lied
Wow.
about that too. Wow.
So she was like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't keep streaming. I'm so sick. Remember, something happened to me months ago. I don't remember when, but it happened to me. It was a huge life-changing moment, and now I can't stream anymore, you guys. Dude. And now she's walking around. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. She has to have some sort of mental illness. I don't know what is wrong with her, but may this never find me.
Wow.
Wow.
This is just so. Wow.
May this type of Delulu never find me. Please.
was a gimmick. Then she slipped. During a live stream, Blue forgot to log out of one of her alt accounts named Riley Piley, and even left a comment on the Blueless video defending herself. Even if it was true, what does it change? She's still small enough for it not to matter. The mic quality could be explained by them being in the same room/studio. Maybe. But the other points are sort of valid, but really, who cares? Let her do what she wants. She's not really hurting anyone much.
It's so crazy. She's also her own fans. Could you guys imagine if I was Curry, Hana, and Iris at the same time? Could you guys imagine if I was all of them also? Isn't that insane? Yeah, I mean, it has to be. There's no way. Imagine already have. What if we are all her? Maybe. Low-key confession. Guys, I must confess something. I am my own wives. You're not? What if we are Foofy? Iris is too much of a talk. Okay, DK, what the hell? What if you are all of us too? Maybe. I must be typing super fast though. That's crazy. You shoot me 4 times at the same time would be wild. What if they're all pre-recorded and I pre-record them on my days off? And I just guess what the chats are going to be.
The account had previously uploaded footage of the same park that appeared in the Dia vlog, further proving that Riley, Dia, and Blue were all the same person. Then there was Alex, Blue's supposed boyfriend and Discord mod. He posted a reassuring voice message into the server.
You're probably the cutest communities I've ever met.
And it was Blue doing a male voice impression. Then came this absolute gem. Another quote-unquote man, Stefan, appeared in a Discord meeting for Luminary Idol Project, which was allegedly the other VTuber agency Blue had started previously. And again, it was her. She was voicing every single participant in the call. And because I had to watch that video, you're going to have to do so too.
So, my name is Stephen. I am the manager of you girls at Luminary Idol Project.
I think it's disgusting that she couldn't even do another take. I think that's the worst part of all of this, is that she didn't even do another take. She fucked up. Listen to her.
Of you girls at...
Gardos. They were trying to say something else. Do another take. Have some respect for us. You know what I mean? Have some respect for us, okay? We're not stupid. Don't stop pretending like we are.
Luminary Idol Project, Stellaire.
I forgot this is what we were watching.
Hello, my name is Australia Amaris Blossom, and I am a new VTuber. I haven't really done much yet, but...
Hello everyone, my name is Hoshka. I have been streaming for almost a week now and making content for almost a week.
Are so bad.
I'm really excited to work with you all.
Oh hey, there's even a Pippa spotted in the wild. As the controversy escalated, other people started saying
accents are so
Midas,
bad.
the artist who created Blue's model out of kindness, began receiving harassment. She had made the model for free, touched by Blue's story because her own mother had battled a heart condition. But now her work was being tied to a scandal she had no part in. Once people started pointing it out, she deleted her tweets and posted messages trying to clarify her position. So I've just been shown some things that have left me incredibly distressed.
Can you
I need
imagine
time
being
to get
this
clarification
artist?
on these things. Hopefully the proof to the contrary is substantial enough. I'm fucking shaking, I'm so upset.
This is
Until
so
clarification,
sad.
I have removed a recent project from my feed. If it returns, then I am confident in it again. If not, I will use less vague wording to express my insane disappointment.
Can you imagine being that artist? I don't know if you guys caught it at the beginning, but the artist literally took her commission and rushed it in 6 days because the artist's mother passed away from having a heart condition. And so she like felt such a connection with this with Blue that she literally rushed a commission for her while she was also Midas is also sick. Like chronically sick. Isn't that so sad? She was not the artist, no. My heart fucking hurts for the artist. I know. It's so sad. I know. It's so sad. Like imagine like that's at least like a $600-700 model minimum. Like imagine giving so much of your free time like that. And then I don't even know. It's so sad.
But the damage was done. A gesture of empathy had been turned into a source
So
of anxiety. Then she decides to tackle the allegations head on. There are allegations against someone I made a model for. As such, I have pulled down my advertising tweets for them until a final resolution is reached. I have not disallowed her from using the model, and regardless of the outcome, bad or good, the design is so specific I wouldn't be able to reuse it, so if I pulled the rights, it would be wasted work. Circumstances of the model. I made it in 6 days, in various Discord voice calls, and I have whips I sent people in DMs to substantiate my claim with timestamps. I reached out because she came back from the dead, because her claimed heart issues are very similar to that of my mother, and I felt incredibly emotionally incentivized to offer support since I can't support financially. So with her artistic direction, I kinda went sicko mode and made a model in blind speed mode. Of course, I spent a few days so engrossed in this project I neglected my own health myself, and I am currently now ill. When I posted publicly about the model, I was then bombarded with messages, DMs, and links to the allegations. If they are false, I don't regret supporting someone who has heart issues. But if they are true, I was a naive fool who didn't see past surface level presentation.
Tasaka, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you.
Because in my mind, seeing my mother struggle daily, who would fake that? Regardless, false or true, it is not in my character to retract a gift made in earnestness. I just hope my blind faith is not misplaced. As the situation escalated and more eyes turned toward
It was a free gift, Silver, that they literally rushed in 6 days. With rig included. Just because... Well, I mean, it would depend. Maybe they do cost more. But you could see on one kit. Okay. I mean, yeah, everyone has their own prices. But I guess what I'm saying is like what I would have been like, oh yeah, I'll pay this. But it could definitely be more. Maybe overtime and time crunch calculated in. Oh yeah, definitely with the how fast she got it done, for sure it will be more. For sure. Definitely more. But I think fair price for that without calculating like the rush and everything is, I would say 700, I think. If I had to guess. I've seen a lot of models. I've been surprised a lot though. People have a model and they're like, this cost me $6,000, and I'm like, okay, it's your money. So I could be surprised.
Entered panic mode. Tension were rising,
Yeah,
and people were
Silver.
starting to enter her server to dig. Then came what she described as a dog scare. According to her mods, the panic began when people uncovered a registered parent company in the UK, one allegedly linked to her, complete with an old address still attached to it. There were rumors that the company name was traceable, though details on that were murky. To make things worse, someone had allegedly found a LinkedIn profile that they claimed was hers. Again, no hard confirmation, but it added to the rising pressure. Then a user joined her Discord server, said nothing, and immediately left. According to Blue, they had joined solely to retrieve the server ID, possibly for tracking purposes. That's when she initiated a lockdown. Invite links were disabled, access was restricted, she sent lots of stay safe messages, she tried to control who could get in and who could still see what. At the same time, she posted this statement: "They get away with practically bullying a girl off the internet. Whether I'm innocent or not doesn't matter. This is disgusting. I really don't want to come back."
Oh no. I lied about dying. I came back, scammed an artist, and made them literally ill. The fact that she decided to scam an artist, if she was in it for the right reason, well, I mean, if you're faking your death, you're not in it for the right reason, but maybe she made stupid choices. I don't know. But if she was truly embarrassed and felt bad about making dumb choices like this and wanted a fresh and clean slate, literally the worst thing you could possibly ever do in a million years is accepting free work from an artist rushed like that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Blue framed the situation as a targeted harassment campaign, casting herself as a victim, not of her own lies, but of a toxic internet mob. Shortly after, she would disappear briefly, but not because the story had ended. It was about to spiral even further. She posted a short where she
I haven't seen this part, by the way, so I don't even know.
seemed visibly distressed, begging the internet to leave her alone. But what came next was the most terrifying moment for her community. After the graduation post, Blue suddenly vanished. The short, coupled with her disappearance, made her entourage panic. Her mods, who had supported her from the very beginning, were left in the dark. They couldn't contact her, they didn't know where she was, they feared the worst. In a desperate attempt to help, they tried reaching out to Alex, Blue's quote-unquote boyfriend, who, unbeknownst to them at the time, didn't exist. He was just another one of Blue's personas. For several hours they stayed up. They didn't sleep, they didn't eat, they just sat there, waiting, hoping, and wondering if their friend was still alive. Eventually, Blue came back with an update. She claimed she had attempted suicide. She said that she had been luckily found by a passerby, taken to the hospital, and then diagnosed with appendicitis. But the timeline didn't quite add up.
What?
During the first hour of her supposed suicide,
Wait, okay, you have every right to do it. I'm sorry for being an asshole, because I kind of am at the moment. Not saying in depreciating way, but it is fact. Please look after yourself. I know saying sorry is too late. You don't have to survive me. Just get better and come back stronger. If I do come back, I will try to be calmer and not as mean. What, are you 8 years old? Jesus. If you come back, you don't have to be calmer, but you have to be wiser and not let people get to you. Yes. I'm meant to be asleep is why I'm offline. Hi. I'm not looking at the server or anything. I know I should be happy right now, but it's the pain meds, I think. I shouldn't be happy. Still sorry though, like genuinely.
attempt, she had been messaging her artist Meet Us in private. But in their conversation, there was no mention of suicidal thoughts. There was no emergency, no panic. But when Blue was pressed with questions, she would often claim that she was too medicated to answer, saying things like, "Sorry, I'm really high on morphine right now. Let's talk later." It became her go-to explanation, a kind of catch-all defense. And while pain medication can use confusion, it did raise questions when she was still posting on YouTube and Twitter during her supposed hospital stay. But for the mods, people who had just spent hours fearing for her life,
Hi all. We are aware of this situation with, I don't know how to say her first name, Blue. In fact, we've been aware since the incident began to unfold. We have been working diligently in the background to ensure Amia's safety and get the attention of Alex and anyone else who may know her personally to check up on her. We have multiple sources of confirmation that she is fine. I apologize for not bringing this up to you all. Knowing the gravity of the situation now, I hope that you can understand that we do not want to worry anybody regarding what is happening. Things are complicated right now for her, and I ask that firstly you respect her privacy during this time, and do not assume anything about the situation. Secondly, that you do not brigade anyone, and finally, that you are all nice to each other.
Emotional damage was real. They would later say this moment shattered their trust more than anything else. Later on, she decided to announce her graduation. She was completely done. At this point, there were just too many inconsistencies to ignore. Her moderators finally reached their breaking point. They decided it was time to confront her directly. First, the mods tried reaching out to either Amy, short for Amaryllis, or Momoiro. Both accounts allegedly active at the same time, but only Momoiro responded. They asked her to join a voice call to discuss the allegations from the Bluelist video, specifically the Riley account and a few others. They call her Amy and make it clear that they want straight answers this time. This probably isn't going to work through text. Can you just join the call? But Momoiro refuses. The walls here are really thin, she says. Guys, it's almost 10 p.m. I can't. The mods press on anyway. Spectre, one of the few remaining people
This is
trying
her
to get
mods.
clarity, replies, "We're a bit done with all. We just want honesty from you." Momoiro suggests maybe they could add Amy to the call, but claims she's probably sleeping. Spectre isn't having it. Then can both of you call tomorrow at the same time? I've stopped being convinced. Then the questions start to hit harder. How real is Alex? Momoiro responds with deflection, claiming she has proof, and sends a screenshot, supposedly from Amy's account, meant to show she was sharing YouTube Premium subscription with a real friend. She said Amy had sent it to an investigator as evidence. But one question lingered. Why did Momoiro have this screenshot from Amy's account? No one gets straight answers, and Spectre continues pushing. What about you playing piano? Why did you play the same song the exact same way twice like it was a misclick? Why did Amy say muscle memory just for you to repeat the line, not her? And what about today's video? Was it pre-recorded? Scripted? Why were you two in a call for 30 minutes for a 3-minute upload? Why did Amy bring up the hospital beep so many times like she wanted to sell the idea she really was there? Momoiro replies, "You're all overthinking too much. I understand, but please take a moment to calm down." But Spectre's done playing nice. Amy, Momo, whoever you are, I want to, but can we get a truth? I've been fed lie after lie after lie. I'm so done with it. We all are. The sheer lack of evidence, it's just stupid. Momoiro finally snaps. Amy isn't going to come back on her account. She didn't even want me to tell anyone, but I have to now, don't I? Someone close to her has been fully doxxed due to the situation, so she's shutting down everything. She's never coming back. So none of it matters anymore. Whether it was true or not doesn't fucking matter. But it did matter. It mattered to the people who had spent weeks supporting her, defending her, worrying for her. All they wanted was one thing: the truth. Spectre replied calmly, "You know, I really did think, I don't care if she lies. I just want her to be happy and healthy. We all did. But time and time again, we've just been disappointed and tired." Momoiro didn't flinch. "Can't you realize how serious this is? It doesn't matter. None of this matters."
I didn't see
Spectre,
this part.
Amy,
This is
you
crazy.
tried. You really did. You could have gone places. Momoiro snaps back. "I'm not her, but you won't fucking believe me, so what?"
Holy shit, there's still... What else happens in the last 16 minutes of this video? No skin in the game, my mind is spinning. Same! Oh my god. But listen, Spectre, he, she, they're right though. Like this person has like a lot of drive, obviously, to make content. If they would have just like not been a psycho, they probably would have been like mildly successful. Yeah, it's like we're in a free fall. I'm like, I can't get any worse, and then it gets worse. This is crazy.
Whatever. Spectre stayed grounded, still searching for something honest. "I just wanted to hear, hey, I'm sorry for lying about this, but isn't it weird? You haven't both talked at the same time in a live call with multiple people. That alone could have proven something, could have shut us up, could have not misclicked, could have not fed us more lies. Also, what about the suicide attempt? Why didn't Amy show hospital papers? Why is your birth certificate date incorrect? I don't care. I want to hear it. Because that's you, right? And instead of answering, Momoiro turned it back on them. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Alright, just believe what you want. They ask her again, just give us some proof. But Momoiro shuts down. Nothing I will say will change your fucking mind. I'm so fed up with this. I never wanted to be dragged into this. I hate the internet. I hate her. I want nothing to do with it anymore. I'm logging out and never coming back. Spectre's final words? Seek therapy after this, with all respect. Momoiro says she will, and that's where the call ends. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. For the mod
Oh my god. The title makes it seem like she's just faking her death, but then it gets worse and worse. Dude, like, I don't even know what to say. That is crazy. Like, the fact that, oh, hi, Frost. The fact that, like, your own mods, like, I don't know how long she was streaming for. But like the fact that your own mods, who you should be kind of close with, like come to you and ask you just for the truth, and they're like, they literally like won't even be mad at you. They just want help. Is like, or not help. They just want like an answer, and you can't even be honest with them. Like they pretty much said like we will still be here for you. We just want to know the truth. And she was like, she couldn't even do that. That's so crazy. I don't know. I mean, I hope that we like find out the truth at the end,
team,
honestly.
this wasn't just a failed confrontation.
Can't wait for this to be uploaded to YouTube and everyone questions the caller. I forgot I was wearing this. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Bow Bow! I forgot I had this on. Oh no. Let's just pretend they're not going to notice, okay?
It was a confirmation that they had been deceived
Wow.
from the start. That was the moment they finally decided it was time to reveal everything. The mod expose didn't reveal anything new. Not really. It just confirmed what many already feared, and what Blue had worked so hard to
Bear
deny.
likes
Yes,
walkies.
she was
What's
every
wrong
member
with
of High.
that? Bear likes walkies. What's wrong with that?
I need like a modesty sensor bar over my neck for the video.
Axis. That was now beyond doubt.
100% confirmed by them out of the horse's mouth, and I can show you proof of this. They have confirmed that they themselves were all of the members of High Axis.
And when her story began falling apart in the background, she started spiraling, freaking out in mod chats, trying to maintain control over a collapsing narrative. Then came the suicide scare, the same story she had already told her fans. But now her own mod team was laying it out in painful detail. They had tried to contact Alex, the man she claimed was her boyfriend, only to realize he didn't exist. She had been talking to herself. She claimed a passerby found her and that doctors diagnosed her with appendicitis, a detail that strangely matched a story Momoiro had told a year earlier.
An interesting scenario in all of this is that last year, Momo had appendicitis too.
She had also once claimed to be on an oxygen tank, and this was a huge point most people defending her would rely on, though even the mods admitted they had no way to verify whether that part was true. What they could confirm was that she created numerous alternate accounts, commenting under her own videos, defending herself on Reddit, and even making threads on 4chan to control the narrative. In one case, she even made up an entire persona who was supposedly dating Momoiro, a character that, again, she was also playing.
This is the other person.
Oh my god, there's two boyfriends? There's two. Whoa. She has a fake boyfriend and her cousin has a fake boyfriend as well? There's two fake boyfriends? I don't think they're cheating. I think there's just two fake boyfriends. No, I don't think they were cheating. But there were definitely two fake boyfriends. The second fake boyfriend is in the Discord. Oh my god. She's her own grandpa. It's so over for men. Women are just inventing their boyfriends now. Holy shit. Each persona had a fake boyfriend?
This noir individual. I'm gonna pin this. That's another one.
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, Noir's not real life.
Now
Her
there
cousin,
are two of
they're
them.
also not real. Apparently they were dating Momo. But Momo's Amy.
The emotional fallout was one thing, but there was
Holy
financial
shit.
consequences too. Over £1,000 has been raised through Kofi, much of it during her resurrection
sit on
arc.
everybody.
And while all of it was refunded,
Anyways.
which is great, those donations were made under false pretenses, fueled by a story that wasn't real. And it didn't take into account the non-monetary gifts she had received, like the free VTuber model, for example. Some mods explained they had donated themselves, and one of them made it clear that he didn't want revenge. He just wanted her to stop.
I truly do feel bad for them. They seem very unwell. They seem very lonely.
Oh my god, yeah. The VTuber is British, so like everybody in this drama is probably British because it's probably when they that's probably when they streamed in British time slots. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's a bunch of British people. I don't know why that changes the situation, but I feel very differently about it right now, and I'm not sure why. Let's keep going.
Life is in a position.
Let's
that
keep
they can,
going.
You know, seem great. And I just want them, human to human,
Oh, it's Simba barking.
I just want them to get the help they need,
Commence the
to move on from
shaking.
all this, and to go forward in life and flourish.
When asked whether they'd ever heard Amy and Momoiro speak at the same time, the answer was no. One would type while the other talked, or both would type, which felt odd.
So I seem to remember one very specific time when they were both in VC unmuted. I can't remember if they both talked at the same time. But that is interesting. Usually if they're both in the VC, one of them is talking, one of them is typing. Or they're both typing. Which is interesting.
And for all of her
That is
efforts to
weird.
deny the allegations publicly, it was Blue herself who drew attention to them. Her constant tweets, updates, and rebuttals led fans who hadn't even seen the expose to finally watch the Blueless video. And when they did, they believed it.
The only reason I found out of the sock puppet allegations was because she was making community posts.
That is not British. Bring back my British people now. I don't like this. I liked when I thought that they were British. I was scared for a moment, but I quickly became unscared. Now I'm scared.
About it. And I was like, I looked at the community post and I'm like, what is happening? Because they would not have been on my radar if it wasn't for her bringing any attention to it. And if you guys watch any of those videos, it holds a lot of ground. It's like really hard to wave off so much of it as coincidence.
In the end, it all unraveled. Her cousin was her genmates were her boyfriend was her, and even her illness, her injuries, her near death, all of it was tangled in deception. It was impossible to make up what was true from what was false anymore. And the people who tried to protect her were left holding the truth she refused to say. But beyond the alt accounts, fake personas, and stage drama, what made this hurt most was the emotional damage Blue left behind. Because if there's one thing she did right, it was build a community, a tight-knit group of kind, supportive people who genuinely cared about her. Many of them shared similar struggles. Some were chronically ill, some disabled, and they saw themselves in her. So when the truth came out that it was all a lie, the betrayal cut even deeper. I spoke to a few of them, and they were some of the nicest people I've ever interacted with. And what they felt wasn't just anger, it was grief. These are some of the messages typed in the Blue refugee server right after the announcement. I'm fucking crying. Actually, disabled people can't have shit. She was my idol because I finally found a VTuber who struggled with disability like me. And it was all fake? She faked her disabilities? I was so happy to have someone to look up to. I cried over her quote-unquote death when we thought she passed. I feel so stupid. They didn't just lose a creator. They lost someone they thought understood them. And that kind of betrayal, especially for people already caring so much, is the kind that lingers long after the story ends. On top of that, her life
That's so sad. That's so sad. No, but like, how could you, hi Loudmouth, how could you do this to people that genuinely care about you? I do not understand. I just don't, I can't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand like the thought process around like just feeling like the people that in your community are expendable and like not giving a fuck if they're disappointed in you. Why? I mean, like, I get that she's nuts, but like, why didn't she try harder to like just come clean and like apologize? I'm sure a lot of people probably would not forgive her, but like, I don't know. To see people like genuinely hurting because of your actions, how can that not make you feel sick of yourself? Some people just lack the ability to see how their actions would hurt others. I don't know. That is just like crazy to me. But why would she? I don't know. Okay, dark, you little
Lies
pervert.
had real-world consequences for people who were just trying to help. Miras, the artist who had created Blue's model for free out of empathy for her story, was later subjected to harassment and backlash once the deception came to light, and still took several weeks to recover from the physical exhaustion of having to rush to finish Blue's model. She had believed Blue and tried to support someone she thought was genuinely struggling. Instead, she found herself caught in the fallout of a lie she didn't ask to be part of. Eventually, Blue admitted to some of her lies, just not all of them. She claimed that the other girls from her agency were never real, just imaginary friends she made up to cope with loneliness. That she'd always dreamed of being—
Wait, did this happen after? She admitted to this after? She still can't admit that Momo was an alt, though. That's crazy. So she's still saying that Momo's not an alt. Also, she's saying that she's not Dia or Dia. So wait, she's only she can't even own up to her fucking lie. She literally lied. That's not even an apology, honestly.
being an idol group, but none of her IRL friends were interested.
So she's lying still about all of
She decided to make
this.
her own. Everyone, she said, was made up, except her cousin, Marionika, who she insisted was a real person, just helping out for fun. But even in this partial confession, she couldn't help but twist the truth. She refused to admit that Dia Shizuku or Marionika were alts. Instead, she claimed that maybe during her hospitalization, Dia had been logged into accounts and using their credential without her knowledge. Adding, if there were any uploads or messages from them during that time, probably stopped once it became kind of pointless. I didn't check. And when it came to Momoiro, she still insisted. Momo isn't an alt either. Eventually though, Blue admitted to it all. She posted a final message, a Google Doc titled Graduation, My Story, where she came clean
Google
about the lies, the
Docky!
personas, and the damage she caused. In it, she said she never intended to hurt anyone, that she started VTubing as a form of escape, and somewhere along the line, she forgot what was real. She described how her childhood was shaped by disability, loneliness, and trauma, that she was in and out of hospitals, bullied, and never got the therapy she needed, that she created the other personas not just to deceive, but because she wanted to feel cared for, even if it meant pretending to be sick.
It's so sad that even though this could be so true, but nobody will ever believe her because she is just a liar. Like, it doesn't matter if this is true or not, because nobody can believe it. For all intents and purposes, she's just still lying. That's actually crazy.
I started VTubing to escape reality. I forgot what reality was. The voices in my head made me believe I wasn't lying, and deep down, I wanted it to be true. She called her actions 100% wrong, said she didn't want forgiveness, only closure. What I did was wrong, and all the positivity is confusing me. My brain just short circuits. I'm sorry, not that it matters anymore. After posting it, Blue deleted her YouTube channels and socials. She refunded the money she had received, at least trying to make things right on that front, and she said she would be stepping away from the internet to get help and seek therapy. And for a moment, it looked like that was it.
No,
That
she does
would
not
do
come
just
back.
that.
No,
But
no.
then, just a few days later, she came back under a new alias, a new channel, like nothing had ever happened. According to this announcement by her former mod, Ultra, Blue had been advised to complain about her new identity if she truly wanted to start over, but instead, she chose to keep things quiet. She said she wanted to avoid dragging the drama into her new life and would be starting again as a nobody. Ultra asked that no one tried to expose her or guess who she might be, because if they're wrong, an innocent person could get caught in the crossfire. So for now, she's out there again, streaming, VTubing, somewhere, as someone else. At the end of the day, it's clear that Amaryllis Blue was struggling with loneliness, identity, and mental health. And maybe the deception didn't start out maliciously. Maybe it began as a coping mechanism and just spiraled out of control. But while we can understand why something happened, that doesn't undo the consequences.
Holy
because the truth
shit.
is, her actions hurt people. They exploited the trust of a vulnerable community, and they emotionally misled people who simply wanted to believe in someone who shared their struggles. Yes, in the end, she did come clean, but with stories like that, you always wonder, what would have happened if they weren't exposed? Would they still be doing it? What's especially tragic is that the entire
I wonder who she is, and I feel like if you were chronically online and you had enough time to look through every VTuber short on planet Earth, you would find her because her MO is like crystal clear. She records on her screen her model from her phone. She has terrible microphone quality. She is constantly talking about how ill she is. She can't stop like baiting for illness points. She records from a Blue Yeti. Yeah. Her singing was very consistent. Like, if she pops up again, it would not be that hard to tell who she is, I think. Like she said, she's already streaming, so it wouldn't be that hard. Why would you look for her? You have a point. There's no reason to look for her.
Wow.
But wow. I'm just saying, it would not be that hard to find her because once she pops up on your timeline, you would know who it is immediately. Okay, we're close to the end of the video. 3 more minutes. We can do it.
situation could have been avoided with just a little more self-restraint, or even
I'm feeling romantical.
That's what you wanted? That's what you wanted.
even a little more honesty. After all, voicing an entire agency and running 3 fictional VTuber projects solo, that could have been her gimmick. That's kinda impressive.
That's
when
what
you
I
think
said,
of it.
yeah.
She could have built a world full of color, but instead, it all faded into blue. Thank you for watching. Now, obviously, as stated before, don't go trying to harass her or find her. I'm going to do a quick shout out to the Blue Refugee
That's
Discord
so
and leave the
crazy.
link
Blue
in the description below
Refugee.
if you guys want to join it, since they have such a wholesome community.
Oh,
Please
no.
make sure you only bring the good vibes if you do.
Hi to
And
Grim.
thank you to everyone who helped put this together, especially the folks in my Discord. If you want to join the community, we're over at discord.gg/Rima,
shit.
and it's honestly turning into a really supportive little space.
Holy shit, you guys.